Hip-hop is an artistic culture that originated in the 1970s in New York City. Since first emerging in the South Bronx, hip-hop culture has spread around the world. An original form of dancing and style of dress also arose among fans of this new music. Over time, these elements have been refined and developed into new styles and ways. Here you'll see a showcase of some of today's hip-hop artists, starting with the veterans that have helped develop hip-hop to the fresh new talents that are helping refine it and bring in new styles. JayZ, born and raised 1970 in Brooklyn, New York, with the birth name Sean Corey Carter. His rough childhood gives him the inspiration for his raps and encourages him to succeed. Since his start in the early 90s, he has been very successful in the hip-hop and rap industry. Usher, born Usher Raymond in 1978 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He was spotted by a record executive at a talent show in his hometown of Atlanta at the age of 14. He auditioned for the co-founder, L.A. Reid, who signed him to a recording contract immediately. Black Eyed Peas. They're an American hip-hop music group that formed in East Los Angeles, California in 1995. The group is composed of will.i.am, Apple de App, Taboo, and For You. 14 years later, and they're still together and making many top hits. Beyoncé, born in Houston, Texas in 1981. Beyoncé Giselle Knowles began performing at age 7, winning many local competitions for her dancing and vocal abilities. She first got a taste of fame through a group she was a part of called Destiny's Child, before embarking on a multi-platinum solo career in 2001. T.I. He was born Clifford Joseph Harris Jr. in 1980 in Atlanta, Georgia. With a lot of determination and hard work, T.I. gradually established himself as one of rap's most successful MCs during the early 2000s. TPain, born Fahim Najim, 1985 in Tallahassee, Florida. He's an MC and vocalist with many songs to hit billboards. He's very successful in the industry and has continued to get more and more popular. Akon, born in St. Louis, Minnesota in 1981. His birth name is Aline Time, but goes by a stage name of Akon. His family settled in New Jersey when he was 7. There, he discovered hip-hop for the first time. Eminem, born Marshall Mathers in Kansas City in 1972. He spent his childhood between Missouri and Michigan, settling in Detroit by his teens. At the age of 14, he began rapping with a high school friend. Eminem is one of the greatest MCs of his generation, rapid, fluid, dexterous, and unpredictable, as capable of pulling off long-form narrative as he is delivering. Ludacris, born Christopher Bridges in 1977 in Champaign, Illinois. Ludacris moved to Atlanta during his high school years and attended high school there. He then studied at Georgia State University. He worked as a disc jockey at an Atlanta-based urban radio station, and that's where he got his start in the rap industry. Neo, he was born Shuffer Smith in 1982 in Arkansas and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's a songwriter, arranger, and vocalist. His start in the music industry came as a songwriter, and then he later began singing his own material and interesting many people with his talent. Kanye West, born 1977 in Atlanta, Georgia. In the span of 3 short years, Kanye West went from hip-hop beatmaker to worldwide hitmaker. He worked for JayZ, which led to a major label record contract and a very successful solo career. He pairs his beats with tongue-twisting raps and a self-assured, flashy personality. Bow Wow, born Chad Gregory Moss in 1987 in Columbus. At only age 13, Bow Wow made his rap debut with a song that was the double platinum top 10 hit. He then matured as an artist and released a series of albums that had much success. Rihanna, born Robin Rihanna Fenty in 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados. She always had star quality, often winning beauty and talent contests as a young child. When she was 17, she met with Evan Rogers, which led to an audition, and Rihanna both received and accepted an on-the-spot offer to sign with Def Jam. Trey Songz, born Tremaine Neverson in 1984. He grew up in Pittsburgh, Virginia, entering and winning many talent shows that showcased his voice. At 15, he met Troy Taylor, who had worked behind the scenes with many R&B and hip-hop artists. Taylor encouraged Trey to finish high school first, and then they could talk about a possible music career. He got his diploma and began making successful music. Chris Brown, born 1989 in Tappahannock, Virginia. At the age of 13, Brown was discovered by a local production team who visited his father's gas station while searching for new talent. He then moved to New York, where he made his recording debut in 2005 with a self-titled album. It sold over 2 million copies in the United States and was certified double platinum. He has 3 albums produced and working on a 4th. Sean Kingston. He was born in 1990 with the name Kaishawn Anderson in Miami, Florida, then raised in Kingston, Jamaica. From the age of 6, he mixed dancehall and reggae into his hip-hop. Taking his ability to write rhymes and hooks, he started working Miami's talent show and showcase circuit, and from there got discovered. Drake. Aubrey Drake Graham was born in 1986 in Toronto, Ontario. He is a Canadian recording artist and actor. He officially signed with Lil Wayne's record label Young Money Entertainment. His first studio album was released on June 20th, 2010 and debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. Jason Derulo, born in Miramar, Florida in 1989. He started pursuing a career in music at an early age. He exploded into stardom while still in his teens, first as a songwriter for other artists, and later as a solo performer. New Boys, they are formed of Earl Ben J. Benjamin and Dominic Legacy Thomas in 2005 in Los Angeles, California. They met in LA during their freshman year of high school, and from there began making music. Since then, they have become very popular and brought a new style to the hip-hop world. JayZ, born Killian Jones in 1987 in the British Virgin Islands. He grew up in a very musical family and studied digital recording at New England Academy of Technology and recorded music there. He was discovered by Kingston and given a record contract from Beluga Heights Records. So far, he has released 3 singles and is working on an album. Aaron Fresh, born Aaron Jamal Hinton in 1993 in Chicago, Illinois. He was raised in Arima, Trinidad, where he gained an appreciation for reggae-style music. He was discovered by a producer which introduced him to Nick Cannon, and from there, he got assigned to Def Jam, and he is now working on his debut album set to be released in December 2010. Khalil Sharif was born in 1994. He is an R&B singer and rapper. In 2009, at the age of 14, he was signed with L.A. Reid and Island Def Jam Music Group. His debut album is set for release sometime in 2010.